In life, change is inevitable, especially the aging process and the challenges it brings. Yet, within the natural world, invaluable lessons can often be found. One of the most profound examples of how to face aging with grace and resilience is the eagle, a creature not only symbolic of strength and power, but also of rebirth, patience, and self-transformation. When the eagle confronts old age, it does not panic or passively accept its decline. Instead, it chooses a different path, the path of renewal. This transformation, from the perspective of those who explore life philosophy and Buddhism, is not merely a survival tactic, but a profound lesson on preparing for life's inevitable changes and how we approach the impermanence of existence. In this video, we will delve into the story of the eagle, from its encounter with aging to its process of rebirth, setting an example not just for itself but for all living creatures. The lessons we can learn from the eagle's life go beyond mere survival. They embody awakening, the relentless desire to rise above, and the courage to renew oneself, an essence that in Buddhism is often referred to as enlightenment. Join us as we explore the valuable philosophies that nature and Buddhism have to offer, and discover how we can apply these teachings to our own lives. The eagle's flight, a symbol of independence and vision. The eagle flies alone, soaring to extraordinary heights, never among sparrows, nor does it compete with smaller birds like geese or ducks. The story of the eagle flying solo at such a great altitude carries a profound message about independence and rising above the mundane aspects of life. A symbol of strength and freedom, the eagle is a bird that symbolizes power, freedom, and the ability to soar high. It is not confined by smaller birds but instead chooses its own path, rising to heights few can reach. This mirrors a principle in both Buddhism and life. Sometimes, in order to achieve enlightenment or success, we must distance ourselves from trivial matters and distractions, focusing on a higher goal. The act of flying alone is also a symbol of self-reliance, seeking inner peace, and not being swayed by the petty anxieties of the world. The power of vision. The eagle has incredibly sharp vision, able to spot its prey from great distances. In the context of life and Buddhism, this can be seen as an image of gaining clarity and wisdom, seeing life as a whole, and perceiving truths that others may overlook. Just as the eagle sees beyond the surface, those who live deeply and with understanding can see what others may ignore. Buddhism teaches that to attain enlightenment, we must look beyond our attachments and distinctions, perceiving the true nature of all things. A lesson in perseverance and independence. The eagle does not seek safety in numbers, but rather finds peace in solitude, high in the sky. This is a lesson about standing firm in one's principles, unaffected by external influences. Life is not always easy, but if we remain persistent and true to our own path, like the eagle, we will find freedom and peace. The distinction between the flock and excellence: birds like sparrows, geese, and ducks often fly in flocks, seeking safety in numbers. However, the eagle does not need a flock to feel secure or valued. This reflects a Buddhist perspective on self-awareness and personal enlightenment. Each person, like the eagle, must cultivate and grow independently, not relying on the judgments or recognition of others. In Buddhism, enlightenment comes from self-discovery and understanding the true nature of life, not from comparison or conformity to the crowd. The journey of ascending through solitude, although solitary, the eagle is truly embracing ultimate freedom, finding tranquility at its great heights. This mirrors the spiritual path in Buddhism. Though the practitioner may face solitude and trials, it is through these moments that true enlightenment and inner peace are discovered. The image of the eagle flying alone is a powerful symbol of freedom, vision, and perseverance in following one's own path, unbound by the trivialities of the world. It teaches us that, in order to achieve great goals in life and on our spiritual journey, sometimes we must step away from the crowd and seek quietude within ourselves. The eagle's remarkable ability to see from great distances, coupled with its intense focus on a goal even 5 kilometers away, serves as a powerful metaphor in the context of life philosophy and Buddhism. It embodies the deep meaning of persistence, concentration, and wisdom. Below is a detailed interpretation of the eagle's qualities and their significance in the realm of personal development and spiritual growth. Vision, a symbol of awareness and wisdom. An eagle's capacity to spot prey from such a distance symbolizes the ability to perceive beyond superficial appearances and recognize the deeper essence of things. In Buddhism, this mirrors the concept of wisdom, prajna, and mindfulness, bodhi mind, which enables one not only to observe phenomena but to comprehend their true nature. Wisdom in Buddhism is not about conventional knowledge, but the realization that transcends sensory perception and superficial understanding. The eagle's sharp vision represents the insightful awareness required to understand the impermanence and suffering inherent in life, a key teaching in Buddhism. Through cultivating this wisdom, one can move towards liberation. Focus on the goal, persistence and unwavering determination. Once the eagle identifies its target, it remains unfazed by its surroundings, demonstrating exceptional focus. This unwavering concentration reflects persistence, the ability to maintain a clear goal and relentlessly pursue it. In life, focus and persistence are essential to achieving success. This is especially true in the Buddhist path to enlightenment, where practitioners must remain steadfast in their meditation and practice, undistracted by external desires like fame, wealth, or power. Buddhism teaches that without mindfulness, all efforts are in vain. Just as the eagle focuses relentlessly on its prey, a practitioner must cultivate mindfulness, keeping their intentions focused on liberation and not allowing transient distractions to deter them. Strategic approach, precision in execution. The eagle does not simply spot its target, it also formulates a strategy to approach it. This deliberate action underscores the importance of careful planning and thoughtful execution in life and spiritual practice. After identifying our goals, we must act with purpose and clarity, taking incremental steps towards them. In Buddhism, the path to enlightenment is a gradual process, not an immediate attainment. A practitioner must follow a methodical, well-structured approach, understanding that awakening requires patience and proper guidance. Each action of the eagle serves as a reminder to act wisely, preparing carefully for each step in life and spiritual practice. Self-reliance, independence and self-control. The eagle's solitary pursuit of its prey is a striking lesson in independence and self-control. It does not rely on others for assistance, symbolizing the need for self-reliance in our journey through life and spiritual practice. In Buddhism, practitioners must rely on their own efforts for their practice, as enlightenment is not something that can be attained through external assistance alone. Like the eagle, a practitioner, despite their strength and potential, must make decisions and implement strategies independently. This does not mean we should eschew help from others, but rather, we must stand firm on our own, taking responsibility for our direction and decisions. Wisdom in action, integrating knowledge with practice. The eagle, while possessing sharp vision, also translates this wisdom into action. This integration of wisdom, understanding, with action, practice, mirrors the Buddhist philosophy that knowledge must be coupled with correct action. In Buddhism, this is embodied in the Noble Eightfold Path, where wisdom, right view, right thought, and action, right speech, right action, must work in harmony to achieve liberation. Similarly, the eagle exemplifies the idea that to achieve our goals, wisdom must be aligned with purposeful action, leading to positive outcomes. The image of the eagle with its far-reaching vision, sharp focus, and calculated approach to reaching its prey serves as a powerful symbol of perseverance, concentration, and wisdom in both life and spiritual practice. Just like the eagle, in Buddhism, we are encouraged to develop sharp insight, maintain focus on our goals, and act wisely and deliberately. Through persistence and clarity of purpose, free from distractions, we can achieve the ultimate goal, liberation and enlightenment. The eagle does not feed on what is dead. It only hunts and consumes fresh prey. Vultures, on the other hand, feast on carrion, but the eagle will never do so. This distinction between the two birds can be seen as a profound metaphor, one that carries significant philosophical weight, especially in the context of Buddhist teachings and the broader principles of life. Symbol of freshness and purity. The eagle's refusal to eat what is dead can be interpreted as a symbol of freshness and purity. It does not accept what has become old or decayed, just as we should strive to maintain a pure heart, untainted by the burdens of the past. In life, it's essential to let go of past wounds, failures, and regrets in order to move forward. Similarly, in Buddhism, the act of shedding attachments to past trauma and grudges is vital for attaining liberation. The eagle's behavior serves as a reminder that we should not live in the past but focus on the present moment, living with mindfulness and inner peace. In our lives, it is important to release old hurts and past failures. We cannot allow old wounds or mistakes to affect our journey moving forward. Only by letting go of these past attachments can we make room for new opportunities, growth, and peace in the present. Wise and discerning choices. The eagle's selective eating habits teach us the importance of making wise and discerning choices. It only feeds on what is fresh and valuable. In life, not everything that comes our way is worth accepting. We must learn to make choices that serve our best interests, whether in relationships, goals, or the paths we pursue. Just as the eagle selectively hunts only what it needs, we must be judicious about what we allow into our lives. In Buddhist philosophy, this selective approach can be seen as akin to choosing the right path for spiritual practice. Not all teachings or practices are suitable for everyone. A practitioner must be mindful and discerning, choosing the path that leads to enlightenment and liberation, rather than getting distracted by trivial or misguided pursuits. The pursuit of excellence and refusal to settle. The eagle's refusal to feed on dead creatures also reflects its drive to rise above mediocrity. It does not settle for what is easy or available. Instead, it strives to pursue the best of what nature offers. This is a lesson in perseverance and striving for higher goals in life. While it might be easier to choose the path of least resistance, we should always aim higher, seeking new, fresh opportunities that challenge us to grow and improve. In Buddhism, this reflects the idea of not being content with temporary pleasures or mundane desires. A practitioner does not seek external gratification but aims for the ultimate goal of enlightenment, transcending the cycles of worldly desires. The eagle embodies the pursuit of what is truly worthy and excellent. Independence and non-reliance on the past. Unlike vultures, which rely on what is already dead, the eagle hunts for itself. It is a symbol of independence, not relying on the past or on what has already passed. The eagle's self-sufficiency teaches us to be independent, seeking out new opportunities rather than living off the leftovers of others or past successes. It reflects the Buddhist principle of self-reliance, where a practitioner must rely on their own efforts and inner strength to progress on the path to enlightenment. In life, this principle reminds us that we cannot simply live off past achievements or wait for others to provide for us. We must seek new opportunities, grow independently, and rely on our own efforts to move forward. The importance of proactive action. The eagle does not wait passively for prey to come to it. Instead, it actively seeks out fresh food, demonstrating the importance of proactive action in life. It teaches us that we cannot sit idly by and wait for opportunities to present themselves. We must take the initiative, seek them out, and make things happen. In Buddhist practice, this proactive approach corresponds to the effort a practitioner must put in to attain enlightenment. It is not enough to passively hope for spiritual awakening. One must actively engage in meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection to develop wisdom and attain liberation. The image of the eagle refusing to feed on what is dead and only seeking fresh, lively prey serves as a profound metaphor for living a life of purpose, mindfulness, and spiritual growth. It reminds us to live in the present, to let go of past attachments, to make wise and discerning choices, and to pursue excellence rather than settling for the easy or the mundane. It teaches independence, self-sufficiency, and the importance of proactive, thoughtful action in both our material lives and spiritual journeys. In Buddhism, these qualities align with the path to enlightenment, focusing on the present, choosing the right path, striving for wisdom and liberation, and relying on one's own efforts to create lasting change. The eagle's way of life is a powerful symbol of how we can live with intention, purpose, and clarity, seeking the freshest opportunities and the most meaningful goals in every aspect of our lives. The eagle is the only bird that embraces storms, using their power to rise above the clouds. This imagery of the eagle seeking and harnessing the strength of the storm to soar higher is not only a vivid metaphor, but also a profound reflection of important life values and Buddhist philosophy. It teaches us how to confront and overcome challenges, and how to transform adversity into opportunity. Turning challenges into opportunities. The eagle does not shy away from the storm. On the contrary, it uses the storm's force to lift itself higher, reaching the clouds. This serves as a valuable lesson on how to approach difficulties in life. Instead of fearing and avoiding challenges, we can learn to use these very hardships as stepping stones to elevate ourselves, grow, and become stronger. In life, we often encounter challenges and struggles. Rather than giving up or succumbing to pressure, we can learn to face and overcome them. Difficulties can become catalysts for growth, just as the eagle uses the storm to ascend. In Buddhism, this idea parallels how suffering and trials are viewed. Rather than seeing them as burdens or unavoidable hardships, Buddhism encourages us to view them as opportunities for practice, wisdom cultivation, and the development of patience and compassion. The storms in life can become valuable lessons if we confront them with mindfulness and acceptance. Resilience and courage. The eagle is a symbol of strength and resilience. Its action of seeking out the storm to rise above is not only one of courage but also a symbol of overcoming adversity. The eagle does not fear the storm, instead, it sees it as an opportunity to soar higher, overcoming obstacles in its path. In life, we can learn from the eagle about the courage to face challenges. Instead of fearing difficulties, we should accept and use them as tools for self-improvement and forward progress. Sometimes, confronting challenges is the very way we grow and become stronger. In Buddhism, resilience and courage are also vital qualities for practitioners. To attain liberation, a Buddhist must be patient and overcome the obstacles of practice without giving up. Buddhism does not promise an easy path but teaches us patience, perseverance, and courage in each step of the journey. Independence and freedom. The eagle is an independent bird, living not in flocks but relying on itself to find food and live according to its own way. The act of facing and using the storm to rise above reflects the eagle's strong independence and freedom. It is not limited by natural barriers but seeks to use them to soar higher. In life, this serves as a reminder of the importance of living independently, freely, and not being bound by external limitations. Every individual has the ability to rise up, create their own path, and is not dependent on others or confined by external circumstances. Freedom in thought and action is something we can learn from the eagle. In Buddhism, this independence is reflected in the concept of self-reliance in spiritual practice. A practitioner cannot rely on external help but must find the path to enlightenment through their own actions and effort. Buddhism teaches that, although support from teachers and fellow practitioners is beneficial, each person must practice and realize enlightenment by themselves. Rising above oneself. The storm symbolizes the difficulties and challenges of life. The eagle does not merely pass through the storm, it rises above the clouds, representing not just overcoming obstacles but reaching a higher plane, gaining a broader perspective on life. This is a beautiful image of personal development reaching for higher ideals. In life, each challenge can be an opportunity for self-transcendence. Difficulties are not merely things to endure but conditions that allow us to discover our inner strength and grow in a more holistic way. In Buddhism, this mirrors the spiritual journey of a practitioner. The path to enlightenment is not easy and involves many trials and suffering. However, each time a practitioner overcomes hardship, they rise, develop wisdom, and move closer to liberation. Towards liberation and enlightenment. The eagle rises above the storm and clouds, seeking absolute freedom. This act can be understood as the search for liberation from the bindings of the material world, soaring toward a vast, boundless horizon of freedom. The eagle is not confined by natural obstacles but always seeks ways to rise and achieve absolute freedom. In Buddhism, liberation and enlightenment are the highest goals for practitioners. A practitioner is not bound by the material world, illusions, or desires, but always seeks liberation, freedom from the cycle of samsara. The eagle's act of soaring through the storm and rising higher is a symbol of enlightenment and liberation. The image of the eagle harnessing the power of the storm to soar higher and reach the clouds is not just a tale of the natural strength of this majestic bird. It is a deep lesson on how to face challenges and transcend difficulties in life. This image embodies resilience, freedom, and personal growth, helping us understand that every challenge is an opportunity to rise, grow, and seek liberation. Buddhism teaches us that it is through these struggles and trials that we can attain enlightenment and freedom, just as the eagle flies through the storm in search of ultimate freedom. The eagle always tests before placing trust in another. This concept can be understood from a deep philosophical perspective, one that emphasizes caution and the importance of choosing wisely in life. For an eagle, selecting a companion or partner is not a trivial decision, but rather a serious one, made after a careful evaluation process. This is not just instinctive behavior but a profound lesson on how we conduct ourselves and build relationships in our own lives. Caution and discipline. The eagle's practice of testing before trusting reflects caution and discipline in choosing its partner or companion. The eagle understands that its survival and success in hunting rely heavily on making the right choice, trusting the right partner. This can serve as a model for how we approach relationships in our lives, especially those that are significant, such as friendships, love, or professional collaborations. In our own lives, we often encounter people with whom we must decide whether we can trust them. Not everyone is worthy of our trust. Like the eagle, we too must evaluate, observe, and test before making an important decision about who we place our trust in. This approach helps avoid costly mistakes. In Buddhism, caution and wisdom in selecting a companion is equally important. The Buddha teaches that a true friend is one who helps guide us on the path to enlightenment, steering us away from distractions like greed, hatred, and delusion. As a result, a Buddhist practitioner must choose their friends and fellow practitioners carefully, ensuring that they are not influenced by external factors that could derail their spiritual progress. The test to ensure compatibility. The eagle's testing of a potential partner before placing trust is its way of ensuring that the partner has the strength and ability to cooperate effectively in hunting or facing challenges. This is not a form of doubt but a way to ensure that both can work together harmoniously, bringing long-term benefits. In life, testing potential partners, friends, or colleagues before trusting them is equally important. We need to be sure that the person we entrust our trust to has the necessary capabilities, virtues, and dedication to walk with us through the important phases of life. This is especially crucial in long-term relationships, such as in work, love, or family. In Buddhism, careful selection of a teacher, fellow practitioners, or a guide is equally essential. A good teacher helps a practitioner develop wisdom, compassion, and stay true to the path of enlightenment. Trusting someone unworthy could lead to mistakes and misdirection in one's practice. Trust as a responsible act. When an eagle places its trust in another after testing, it reflects a deep commitment because trust is a precious asset that is not given lightly. When an eagle trusts another, it's not just an act of entrusting, it's an act of cooperation and working together towards a common goal. Similarly, in life, when we place our trust in someone, it's not only about entrusting them with our confidence but also about taking on a responsibility. We must ensure that the person we trust will honor that trust and not damage the relationship. Trust, once broken, is hard to restore, so giving trust must be done carefully. In Buddhism, trust is also a critical factor in practice. Practitioners are encouraged to place their trust in the Buddha's teachings, the Eightfold Path, and their guides along the way. However, that trust must be based on deep understanding and personal experience, not blind faith. Building lasting relationships through test and discernment. The eagle's practice of testing is not just about avoiding risks, it's also a way to build strong, lasting relationships. These relationships are not formed randomly but are the result of selective actions that ensure both partners can grow stronger together. In life, enduring relationships are born out of understanding and making the right choices. When selecting a partner, friend, or loved one, there must be deep understanding and thorough testing of their character, virtues, and commitment to the relationship. Once a relationship is built on solid ground, trust and support naturally become an integral part of it, leading to long-term stability and growth. In Buddhism, relationships among practitioners should also be based on respect and compassion. These relationships not only help practitioners grow in their understanding of the teachings but also foster a strong, supportive community that aids each other on the path to enlightenment. The image of the eagle testing before placing trust in another serves as a profound lesson in caution and responsibility when building and maintaining relationships in life. It reminds us that trust is a precious asset and must be given selectively. Careful testing is not an act of suspicion, but a necessary step in ensuring that we build strong, lasting, and valuable relationships. By doing so, we ensure that the relationships we form are resilient, fulfilling, and beneficial for all parties involved. When eagles are ready to lay eggs, both the male and female will choose a lofty perch on a cliff, high above the ground, where no predators can reach them. The image of the eagle couple selecting such a high and secure spot to build their nest where no predatory creature can threaten them symbolizes careful preparation, protection, and assurance for the future. This is not just a reflection of the biological instincts of eagles but also conveys profound lessons for life and Buddhist philosophy. Preparation and protection. The choice of a high, solid, and secure location to build the nest is a deliberate and thoughtful act of preparation. The eagles do not just build a nest for themselves but for the next generation. The position they select is not random, it is chosen precisely because it is unreachable by any enemy. This is a survival strategy, creating a safe space in which to nurture the next generation. Similarly, in life, we must make meticulous preparations for our future, especially when it comes to significant decisions. Each of us must build our nest not just in material terms but also spiritually. A safe, sturdy life is crafted from wise choices and careful planning. We must lay strong foundations, where we can nurture our dreams and future aspirations without being threatened by external factors. In Buddhism, preparation and protection are equally essential. The Buddha teaches that the path to enlightenment must be founded on a solid base of wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. As we walk this path, we must also create a spiritual space that is secure, protecting us from disturbances and negative influences. This helps maintain our inner peace, allowing us to support others on their journey of practice. Creating a strong environment for growth. The eagle's decision to nest in a high, safe location underscores the importance of environment in fostering growth. The environment they choose must provide the best conditions for their eggs to hatch and for the chicks to grow strong and safe. Likewise, in life, the environments in which we live and work significantly impact our personal growth. A healthy, supportive environment, free from harmful influences, allows us to thrive and succeed. The places where we choose to live, work, and the relationships we cultivate all play a critical role in creating a safe space where we can develop. In Buddhism, creating a supportive environment for practice is paramount. A good environment helps practitioners maintain mindfulness, focusing on actions driven by compassion and wisdom. The monastic community, where teachers and practitioners walk the path of enlightenment together, plays a crucial role in supporting one another and helping overcome life's challenges. Choosing a high ground for perspective. Eagles always select elevated positions, such as cliffs or mountain tops, where they can observe the entire surrounding area. From these vantage points, they can detect potential threats from afar and ensure the safety of themselves and their young. In life, choosing a high ground is not only a matter of physical elevation but also mental perspective. Being high up means seeing things from a broader view, taking in the full picture and not getting lost in transient emotions. It's the necessity of training the mind to not become swept up in arguments, conflicts, or small matters, which can obscure the larger picture. This helps us make wiser, more effective decisions in life. In Buddhism, practitioners are encouraged to develop a comprehensive view of life and phenomena. This perspective helps them avoid getting caught up in emotions or ignorance, allowing them to act with wisdom and compassion. Mindfulness helps us stay alert and aware of what is happening around us. The decision to choose safety for the future. When eagles choose a safe location for their nest, they are not only thinking about the present but also the future. The choice of a place that is free from predators is an investment in the survival of their offspring. This reflects a concern for future generations and the sustainability of their species. In life, every decision we make impacts the future. Whether small or significant, the choices we make today can influence our lives and the lives of those around us. Therefore, it is our responsibility to create a safe, stable, and healthy foundation not only for ourselves but also for future generations. Just as eagles care for their young, we must nurture and protect the lasting values for the next generation. In Buddhism, nurturing the next generation or supporting others on the path to enlightenment is also crucial. Buddhism emphasizes the transmission of teachings and helping others overcome suffering. These acts of compassion not only assist others but also bring peace to our own lives. The eagle's decision to build its nest in a high, safe, and concealed location is a strategy of wisdom in safeguarding its life and the life of its progeny. Through this image, we can learn important lessons about preparation, protection, and creating the best environment for sustainable growth. In life, we must also learn from the eagle by building strong foundations not only for ourselves but also for those around us, especially in nurturing, caring for, and protecting the important values that will sustain future generations. The story of the eagle preparing for its old age holds a profound and insightful message, offering deep philosophical lessons about confronting challenges, rebirth, and the process of self-improvement in life. This tale is a metaphor not only for survival but also for the essential changes we must undergo in our own lives. Confronting change and embracing nature's laws. As the eagle ages, its feathers weaken and begin to fall, signaling the decline of a once swift and powerful creature. This change is inevitable in life. Every living being, from humans to animals, must face the natural law of time, and change is unavoidable. The eagle doesn't deny the inevitability of aging, rather, it proactively prepares itself for a form of rebirth. In our lives, we too must learn to face change. Growing old is a natural part of life that we all must experience, and the decline that comes with time is unavoidable. Instead of resisting age or change, we can learn to accept and prepare for this transition. One way to do this is by improving ourselves mentally, intellectually, and physically, just as the eagle sheds its old feathers to ensure it can return stronger. In Buddhism, change is an inseparable part of life. The Buddha taught that everything is impermanent, including our bodies. Accepting impermanence and understanding this law helps us live a life free from worries about aging, illness, or death. Change is part of the path to enlightenment and the purification of the soul. Rebirth and renewal. When faced with its weakening condition, the eagle does not simply accept it but takes active steps to undergo a transformative process. By shedding all its old feathers and retreating into a cave, it allows its body to regenerate. This process symbolizes renewal, a form of rebirth through discarding what is old, no longer useful, or necessary. In life, we sometimes need a break, a period to confront difficulties, challenges, and rediscover ourselves. This process can resemble a rebirth in our journey. We might have to let go of old habits, beliefs, or relationships that no longer serve us to make room for new growth. While this can be a difficult process, it is essential for us to develop into stronger individuals and achieve future goals. In Buddhism, letting go of the old feathers, negative habits, suffering, and attachments, is a crucial part of spiritual practice. Renewal in Buddhism is not just a change in appearance or physicality but a purification of the mind, releasing delusions, greed, and anger to attain peace and enlightenment. Patience and determination in the rebirth process. The eagle does not simply hide away, it undergoes a lengthy and patient process of regrowing its feathers and restoring its strength. This requires patience, persistence, and the ability to wait for the right time to emerge. In life, the journey of self-improvement and recovery is rarely easy. It requires time, patience, and relentless effort. There are moments when we face fatigue, failure, or a desire to give up. But, just like the eagle, we must remain patient and trust in our own recovery process. Patience during this time will help us return stronger, more confident, and ready to face new challenges. In Buddhism, patience is a key virtue. The Buddha taught that patience is the way to overcome all difficulties in life. When faced with trials, suffering, or adversity, maintaining patience and continuing to move forward helps us overcome barriers and progress on the path to enlightenment. Becoming a role model for others. The eagle's process of renewal also serves as a model for recovery, inspiring other creatures in nature. When it returns with its new feathers, stronger and more vibrant, it not only saves itself but also inspires others to show that even in the face of hardship, we can overcome and return stronger. In life, we can also become a source of inspiration to those around us by persevering through difficulties, challenges, and setting an example of self-improvement. Others will look to our actions and see that recovery and progress are possible, motivating them to rise above their own obstacles. In Buddhism, those who practice are seen as role models for the community. The Buddha and other enlightened beings have transcended suffering and achieved enlightenment, becoming sources of inspiration for others. Through their compassionate actions and wisdom, we can learn and apply their teachings in our own lives. Conclusion. The eagle's preparation for its old age is a profound lesson in confronting change and undergoing renewal. Rather than fleeing or despairing, it proactively changes in order to recover and return stronger. This is not just an act of survival, but of self-improvement, patience, and perseverance. In life, we too must learn to face change, embrace the process of growing older, and use hardships as opportunities for renewal. This lesson from nature mirrors the Buddhist teachings about the impermanence of all things, the necessity of letting go of attachments, and the power of patience and self-renewal on the path to enlightenment. By learning to prepare for change and welcoming it as a process of transformation, we can emerge from life's challenges stronger and more enlightened. When the eagle prepares for old age, it doesn't simply confront its decline, it actively creates an opportunity for a stronger rebirth. The process of shedding old feathers and waiting for new ones to grow back is a clear testament to resilience, perseverance, and the ability to renew oneself, lessons we can all learn from. This rebirth, born of preparation and patience, stands as a perfect metaphor for how we should approach life's challenges, especially when faced with the inevitable impermanence and changes that life brings. Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent, and change is unavoidable. However, there is no need for fear or avoidance of change. Instead, we should learn to embrace, improve, and reinvent ourselves through every hardship and every phase of life. Like the eagle, we can find ways to elevate ourselves, to return stronger, wiser, and more grounded as we navigate the journey of life. Life is a journey full of challenges, and each of us possesses the inner strength to overcome them. The eagle is not only a symbol of strength but also of self-renewal, reinvention, and the ability to soar higher and farther. Let these lessons from nature sink into our hearts, and apply these philosophies in our daily lives, so that each of us can rise up and soar, no matter the circumstances.